Here's more wrestling news for May 22nd, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include WWE announces title match for Raw next week. WWE gives tryouts to several wrestlers who have wrestled for AEW. Bray Wyatt to make his return on SmackDown. Next opponent is revealed. The Rock lands another DC character role. RVD defends Vince McMahon against accusation he is responsible for multiple wrestler deaths. Randy Orton allegedly found loophole to avoid suspension for using drugs in WWE, and more. We're starting this video with Monday Night Raw, and a huge title match has been set for next week's show. On last night's SmackDown, Shayna Baszler defeated WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Natalya, earning her and Nia Jax a rematch against Natalya and Tamina. This was made official during SmackDown, and after chasing the titles for so long, we'll have to see if the title reign of the two veterans will come to a sudden end this Monday. Now, WWE is always on the lookout for new names to join their ever-expanding roster, and this week, a recent tryout for the company had some interesting names. According to Fightful, there were plenty of big names at the male tryout, and there were plenty of other men who have appeared on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. Tyson Maddox, who teamed with Shawn Dean on AEW Dark, was at the tryout, as was Ray Jazz, who's appeared on Dark several times. Brady Pierce, who has 7 AEW Dark appearances to his name, was at WWE's tryout, as was Will Alday, who appeared on Dark as recently as last month. Ariel Levy was at the tryout, as was John Skyler, who's appeared on Dark 14 times, and EJ Risk, who fans may remember as Lana's first husband during her storyline with Bobby Lashley, and who's been on Dark too, was also there. David Ali, who has 11 Dark appearances under his belt, was also present, and while there were others who haven't appeared on AEW programming there too, it seems AEW's show has given wrestlers a nice platform to gain experience before they try out for WWE. From new faces to a veteran of WWE, as Bray Wyatt was drafted to Raw last year and was in a lengthy feud that culminated in a loss to the Viper at WrestleMania. There's few feuds that Wyatt can have on Raw at this point except perhaps against WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, but losing that potential feud would be devastating for both men's momentum. With that in mind, WWE is reportedly planning on having Wyatt return to SmackDown with a feud already planned for the Eater of Worlds. It's been reported that WWE is planning a feud for Wyatt against Universal Champion Roman Reigns, as a story between the two was teased last year before Wyatt was moved to Raw. Having Wyatt return against the Tribal Chief would make for an interesting feud, as Reigns has dispatched all challengers to his throne, though Wyatt could be the one to finally topple the head of the table. As of right now, Reigns has his hands full with Cesaro, Seth Rollins, and his cousin Jimmy Uso, but fans can expect the Tribal Chief to be taking a trip to the Firefly Funhouse in the coming months. Movie news next, as The Rock is involved with DC Comics and will be playing Black Adam in the upcoming film of the same name, but he now has another superhero role attached to his name. According to Deadline, the Brahma Bull will be voicing Krypto, Superman's superdog, in the new animated movie DC League of Super Pets, which will be produced by Johnson's company, Seven Bucks, alongside Danny and Hiram Garcia. The film will star Johnson as Krypto, teaming with Batman's dog Ace the Bat Hound, Supergirl's cat Streaky, and Wonder Woman's pet kangaroo Jumpa, and fans will get to see the People's Champion channel his canine side when the movie hits theaters on May 20th, 2022. Back to the ring, and Vince McMahon takes a lot of flack from wrestling fans, and not just for his booking in recent years. One of the most damning claims against McMahon is that he has worked wrestlers into the grave thanks to an intense schedule and work regimen that has led to wrestlers having to abuse medication just to get through it. This week, RVD refuted the idea that McMahon's actions have killed anyone, as he took to Twitter to say that fans have been conditioned to feel this way after years of negative stories about the chairman. You've all been conditioned to feel that way. As a nonconformist, I consider things before I take them as fact. If I swallow 50 somas and wash it down with vodka this afternoon at home, on the road, even in an arena, don't any of you dare blame WWE or Vince. #ridiculous, #think. Vince McMahon is the subject of a lot of controversy and debate, and the demand he puts on superstars can be grueling. But it really is about how those superstars handle the experience in their own lives that makes the real difference. Randy Orton certainly knows Vince McMahon well, as he's competed for the chairman for almost 2 decades, And though he's a locker room leader now, Orton has had his own share of controversies in WWE. While speaking on his podcast, Kurt Angle spoke about prolific marijuana users in WWE, such as Rob Van Dam, and revealed how he and Orton found a way to bypass the company's drug test suspensions. He explained, "Well, I think that the WWE, what they're doing right now, and I don't know if it's changed since I left, but they would just find the wrestler. So you're going to get drug tested 7 times a year. If you're going to fail 7 times a year, and this is one of the wrestlers, this is what I've heard one of the wrestlers say, and I might as well say who it is, Randy Orton and Rob Van Dam. They basically told the company that they would, how much were the fines, and how many drug tests would I do this year. So they wanted to pay the money up front, ha. I think the fine was $2,000, so they just said, here, take 14 grand, I'm good. They would bypass the test, and they wouldn't get suspended. So I think marijuana they have been lighter on about because it's not banned anymore. You don't get suspended, but you still get fined." RVD was inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, an accolade Orton will surely receive when the time is right, and whilst Orton is teaming with Riddle nowadays, it's unlikely that Orton has to bypass being suspended as he's a much more responsible person now. And we're ending with WWE, who have a ton of tag teams on their roster, but the Viking Raiders have done very little since recently returning. That could change soon, as during Raw's Lumberjack match, the Vikings had a moment with T-Bar and Mace that fans may have missed. To make things clear, T-Bar fired off a tweet with a photo of their confrontation, telling the Raiders that if they want a war, they'll gladly bring them one. Viking Raider Ivar was quick to respond, sharing a picture of Big Bird with T-Bar's face paint. And we'll have to see what WWE has in store for these teams if this teased feud goes anywhere before Vince McMahon changes his mind. And we're ending today with Speedball Mike Bailey, an independent star from Canada who may soon be making his way to WWE. After crossing the border from Canada to the US without a work visa, Bailey was banned from the United States for 4 years in 2016. But after competing everywhere else on the map, establishing his name, fans may soon see him in the US again. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE is working on signing Bailey and getting his visa issues taken care of. Bailey had a ton of momentum before his ban from the United States in 2016, and if WWE is planning on bringing him in, they're working hard to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.